He'll be the Nets off the tip. So the Nets starting 5. Durant is the 4, with Claxton playing the 5. Then there's Warren, then it's Curry. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard position. And Maxi Kleber is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Now here's Dinwiddie. Against Washington, he was really on his game. 6 to shoot. Outside Warren. And opening day is here. So, what are these players right now, Greg, feeling as they tip off this brand new season?
Mostly excitement. I mean, this is their first chance to showcase all the hard work they put in during the offseason.
Well, I play for the New Jersey Nets, and look, they made that move across the Hudson back in 2012, relocating to Brooklyn, which I think was the right move.
Dallas making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Now, here is Irving. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by KD. Shoots over Powell. Great D that time from Powell. And well over a decade in Brooklyn for the Nets. Richard, what kind of impact has that move had on the franchise?
Well, look, it's been great. The arena is fantastic. The fan base is growing. And more importantly, their ability to attract top-tier free agents like KD and Kyrie. They do not join the Nets if they're still in Jersey.
Here's KD after Luka Doncic's bucket. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
That's the 3rd straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Outside Irving. Doncic outside. Back to Irving. Baseline jumper. It's good.
From mid-range, Irving is so consistent. He can hit that shot whenever he needs to.
Dinwiddie with it. About 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Lays it up off the glass.
And they can breathe a little easier on their 4th shot. They finally hit the target.
Doncic with a screen on Curry. Here's Irving. That shot misses. The Nets go the other way with it. Left side Curry. Outside KD. Finished off by KD.
What an athletic play by Durant. This man, what can't he do?
Mavericks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today.
And never say never, but we might never see another player who combines the length and guard skills of Kevin Durant. He's a player who completely breaks the mold.
They get the rebound.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Dinwiddie passes to Claxton. Doncic with it, defended by Dinwiddie. Doncic looking it over. Here's Irving. And he overshot that one, missing. The Nets with the lead. Durant kicks to Dinwiddie. Dishes it to Warren. There's the screen to the paint. Powell with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. It's Hardaway that time on the assist by Powell.
It almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Durant down low. Guarded by Powell. And it's good for 2.
This is the length that Durant provides on the offensive boards. Love whenever he puts it to use like this.
Out to Hardaway. A 3-pointer off the mark. Here's Claxton. Cranes the 3-pointer. Claxton's got 5 now. And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Nets up by 5. We're back after this from American Airlines. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
In rebounding numbers, sometimes we overlook them, but they can have a big effect on the outcome.
We've got Green. Maxi Kleber is out there with JaVale McGee. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Irving in at the shooting guard position. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Last game for the Mavericks, it was a loss to the Warriors in San Francisco. The Mavericks, GA, have been trying to tighten up their defense the past few seasons, and it's beginning to show.
And we're seeing signs that the players are getting the message, and they're spending more energy at that end of the floor, and that's essential for any elite team.
Irving passes to Green. Doncic left side. Shoots over Mills. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Doncic.
And the mid-range, no longer a challenge for Doncic. He has rapidly become one of the best three-level scorers in the game.
Harris inside the line. Rebounded by McGee.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Irving. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists now in this one.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Mills. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Great Ben Simmons, one of 4 players in the entire history of the NBA to average at least 7 rebounds and 7 assists per game through his first 4 seasons.
Think about it, joining Magic Johnson, Oscar Robinson, and Luka Doncic. That is some pretty elite level company.
That's good from Simmons. And Ben Simmons, the epitome of a point forward.
He passes it well and plays huge for a guard at 6'11". It's crazy. It is very rare to see a player of his size with his skill set.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Dallas. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Kevin Durant learned an important lesson at age 11. His dad cooked him one-on-one, dunking on him and talking trash. Durant started crying and he locked himself in his room, but he came to realize, what am I so mad at? It's good to be passionate, but channel it. Once you're off the court, leave it and go back to being you. Kevin?
Great advice. David, thanks. Here's Doncic. Here's McGee. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Kevin Durant's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Seth Curry comes in for Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Patty Mills. Chalk up 2 there. KD's got 6.
It just looks too easy. Durant with the skill and height to get anything he wants from the mid-range.
1:11 left in the first half. Doncic. Good. Great play by Green to set it up.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
Yeah, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane jumping skills, he sees it.
Here's Green. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clear.
It's his first trip to the line.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
T.J. Warren, he's checked in for Simmons. Here's Durant. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, KD's still a net after asking for a trade. The team looked, they didn't feel the deal was there. And Durant will continue to play, but you feel like this story could drag on until the trade deadline or beyond.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Christian Wood comes in for Maxi Kleber. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Josh Green. And KD's got the ball here for Brooklyn. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Warren. Down low. Here's Claxton, guarded by McGee. Just 3 to shoot. Warren. And it's off the back rim. No good. Doncic outside. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Nets lead by 1. And Jets now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Jason, a hard-fought first half. How do you assess the game so far?
We're going to need everybody. And the one thing we got to do is we can't settle. We got to keep attacking and get the ball in the paint.
Use that length to your advantage.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule. And I'm sure folks at home are looking at that schedule and thinking about making some friendly wagers. What about you, big fella? And when we look at the first half for the Nets, a close contest so far.
Being a trunk slammer ain't easy. Hostile environment, and these guys are unfazed.
Yeah, it's tough to win on the road in the NBA. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
And the question for the Mavs is simple. How do you best build around Luka Doncic? They'll try to answer that in the coming year.
So for Brooklyn now, Durant is the 4, with Claxton playing the 5. Then there's Seth Curry. Then there's Warren, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard. Here's Durant. It's tipped. Now Doncic. He has 6. Back to Irving. Dallas moving it around. Going inside. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic. Irving's got the lead up to 3 now for Dallas. And Greg, it just seems for the Mavs it's all about finding the right fit for the role player.
Yeah, that's why this team was willing to move on from Porzingis. Going forward, you could see them look a lot like the Harden era Rockets.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Hardaway, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Powell against Durant. The teardrop falls in. KD's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
Doncic against Dinwiddie. Irving from long range. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Dinwiddie against Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. The Nets have tremendous talent, of course, but there have been some challenges. KD says, I know the fans have high expectations for us, but if you're a fan, you'll appreciate Nets basketball and what we're trying to build, and you'll follow us along this journey because you never know what may happen. Kevin, back to you.
Great. David, thank you. Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. JaVale McGee's checked in for Christian Wood. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. And Josh Green subbed in for Hardaway.
Man, just the total offensive package. Kyrie is a once-in-a-generation guard.
And you knew things were going south for Irving and the Nets when they couldn't agree on a contract. He was eventually traded and is a big talent boost to this team. And Kyrie still has all the talent in the world, even if it comes with some risk.
Green deciding where to go with it. The pass to Doncic. And they double up Doncic. Passes to Green. For the three. Doncic, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And here's Mills. No points in the game yet for him. KD, a screen on Doncic. Mills dishes to Durant. Good. And the Nets lead by 1.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
Now, here's Doncic, covered by Mills. And the wide-open shot from Green. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 6 assists in the game. Now, here's Mills. They set the pick. To the inside. Stolen by McGee. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The Mavericks on top, up by 2. We're back after this from... And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach.
We're doing the right thing on offense. We're doing the right.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Christian Wood is out there with Maxi Kleber. Then there's Doncic, then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Hardaway in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Doncic against Dinwiddie. Doncic outside. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Dinwiddie outside. And KD the bucket on the assist by Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists in the game. Dinwiddie against Doncic. Oh, good on the triple. The Nets with the lead. Pass to Durant. Can he keep it going? It's hauled in by Wood. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Up top, Doncic. Dinwiddie covering. A nice shot by Irving.
And he's been much more assertive here in the second half, getting to his spots, executing with ease.
Curry deciding where to go with it. Here's KD. Count it. And with that basket, he's now 9 of 15 from the floor. And it's the Mavericks with the ball, trailing by 2. Doncic passes to Irving. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got assist number 8 now on the night. KD against Kleber. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Pass to Wood, and stolen by Simmons. Pushing it up. And then Durant with the dunk.
Along with Hall of Fame talent, KD is just clutch.
The Mavericks shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Curry against Irving. Over Curry. That shot off the mark. Nice D from Durant. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Nets. The lead is 2. Count it.
Love how Simmons commands the ball, especially in the big moments.
Irving against Curry. Now, here is Irving. Not a lot of room. Nice shot by Kleba. Wide open. Sinks the three-pointer.
Ooh, that's a clever pass there by Kyrie, getting the ball to the guy for the better look.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're up by 1. 1:19 left to play in the final quarter. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Ben Simmons. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. This game's still up for grabs. He told his team, hey, we're in position to take this one, guys. Let's stay focused and stay together, and we'll get it done. See how it plays out, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks.
Well, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
It falls! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
And we have seen this from Durant before. When the game is on the line, he comes alive.
Curry against Irving. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Wood is screen on Curry. Irving finds Wood. He's off on that one, and Brooklyn will come the other way. Dinwiddie passes to KD. To the middle. Here's Claxton. Outside Warren. 13 feet away. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Smart accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team.
And we have seen Irving bury huge shots before. Man, does he love having the spotlight on him.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Inside. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Love to see him inside passing like this, as well as guys being on the same page.
And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. T.J. Warren out there with Ben Simmons. Then there's Seth Curry. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point.
This team relies on Warren, especially in huge situations.
And no good is the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can handle the second. And he ends up missing both free throws. And for the Mavericks, they're shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Here's Hardaway, and he drops it in from the low post. Hardaway's got the first basket here in overtime for the Mavs. Brooklyn trailing. Warren with the ball. To the inside. Here's Claxton. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on JaVale McGee.
Clearly a foul.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that narrows the gap to 1. And the Mavericks call time here. They're ahead by 1. 1:29 left in overtime. Irving against Curry. McGee sets the pick for Irving. To the middle. Cuts off the pass. Dinwiddie outside. Passes it to Claxton. Hardaway against Warren. Just 5 to shoot. The putback. There's JaVale McGee with the rebound. There's 53 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Here's Irving. Rebound, Brooklyn. Now, Dinwiddie. There's the pass to Claxton. Here's Curry with the three. Kept alive. Dinwiddie. Got it!
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they need to emphasize rebounding going forward.
Dallas calls timeout. They're behind by 1. 29 seconds left in the first overtime. Here's Irving. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And an intentional foul right there. He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2.
And Simmons might wish this wasn't on him, but he's got to focus here and show up for his guys. And overtime has come down to this. They need at least 2 points, or you can kiss this baby goodnight.
Here's Irving. It's good! A huge shot to tie it up.
Just another night at the office for Kyrie. What an incredible offensive town.
Timeout called the Nets. And here is Warren. From deep three-point range. Oh, and he had a chance to win it right there, but couldn't get it to fall. And so we are tied again at the end of overtime. And as we play into another overtime, the tension continues to build. Both teams refusing to quit. Here we go. To Claxton. Can't hit from in close. Here are the Mavericks. Doncic dishes to Irving, and that one drops. Irving's got 20.
That is a huge shot from Kyrie Irving. That is a huge shot from Kyrie Irving. This is why his team turns to him in these moments. Trust me, I know.
The Nets making a switch here. Durant's checked in. Floats a runner, and it's blocked. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Irving. Tries again. The shot's good from McGee.
He knows his job on the glass, and he does it well. Cleaning it up and sending it right back.
Dinwiddie against Doncic. Passes it to Curry. The three. No good that time. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Irving with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively.
When it comes to crunch time, there is not many guys we'd rather give the ball to than Kyrie. He has proven himself on the biggest stage.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And the Mavericks making a change here. Woods checked in. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game.
And that will add to a healthy lead after that trip to the free throw line.
And there's the pass to Curry. And the Nets miss again.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Irving double team. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And it feels like Doncic has risen to stardom so fast. His drive to be an all-time great is very evident.
Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Warren, a screen on Irving. Curry passes to Dinwiddie. And he can't stop the run as he misses. And here are the Mavericks now. They lead by...
There is nothing like the atmosphere of opening night in the NBA. Grant, do players get just as pumped up as the fans for the first game of the season?
I think they do. I mean, everybody, players, coaches, organization, fans, everybody gets excited for opening night. It's impossible not to. All the work these players put in over the offseason, the training camp preparation, it pays off right here and now.
Now the opening lineup for the Brooklyn Nets. It's KD at power forward and Claxton at center. Then it's TJ Warren, then there's Seth Curry, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard position. And he gets that one.
And that gets us rolling. Whew. What a tremendous atmosphere in here tonight.
You get the sense there is a level of intensity right out of the gates.
Now here's Irving. The shot is good. Doncic making the play.
And you know, you felt this coming ever since summer when the idea of Kyrie Irving out of Brooklyn. Now, we all know the two sides just couldn't see a long-term future together. So the Nets were able to send Irving away and get something before he left in free agency.
Offensive board.
Making the most of the second chance opportunity.
Hey, the hustle is real and the hustle is rewarded. Irving with it. Doncic outside from deep. Claxton with a rebound. The Nets have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Kleber with a steal. Hardaway, the pass to Wood. Out to Kleber. Now Hardaway. Three-pointer. Kleber's shot is off.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Durant's shot is off.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Back to Irving. Launches a three. The Mavericks rebound. Wood. Oh, can't get it. Misses his first attempt. Here's Brooklyn. The three is up. Durant's shot is off. For Dallas, they've gone only 1 of 6 so far. Free throw line jumper. Dallas again missing.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Outside Warren. Screen by Claxton. Down low. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
Well, this is one aspect you'd like to see more of from TJ Warren. We know he's a great scorer. Pretty dime there.
A different look for Dallas. McGee, he's checked in for Wood, and it's Powell in for Kleber. The Mavericks trailing.
Guys, when you consider the firepower that the Nets have, obviously built to contend, but the defensive end has got to improve. We know championships are built and begin with the defensive side of the floor.
Yeah, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Outside Irving. McGee a screen. Launches it. And that one's good. Irving for 3. Irving's got 7 points.
Kyrie Irving is capable of going shot for shot.
35 seconds left to play in the first. Dinwiddie outside. The kick out to Simmons. 5 to shoot. And he converts the layup.
We know the interior is Ben Simmons' comfort zone. He can get his shots at this range.
And here's Doncic. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. To the middle. Trying to go for a lob there. Excellent defense and anticipation to stop it. And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Nets leading by 4. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Nets?
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
Kyrie Irving out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's JaVale McGee. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Green in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Guys, it seems to me that what's gotten lost in all the criticism of Ben Simmons shooting is the fact that this guy is still very special at the things he is very capable of doing.
Durant, he's checked in for Finney-Smith.
If you give Luka Doncic the mid-range jumper, he'll keep things simple and take it.
Outside Durant. And here's Mills for 3. The Mavericks pull it in. And Simmons has taken a ton of heat recently.
He really has, B.A., but it seems to me he's ready to prove his doubters wrong. Maybe he uses all that criticism as motivation to finally improve his shooting, because absolutely on the defensive end, this guy is a terror. And in transition, he puts a ton of pressure on you.
Kleba, he's checked in for Powell. Warren's checked in for Brooklyn. And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Now here's Mills. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. Here's Doncic. Outside, Green. Outside, Irving. From deep three-point range. He's off on that one. And Brooklyn going the other way now. The last time they came together was in Dallas, where they fell to the Mavericks.
Last time they lost a close one against this team. You have to wonder what they could have done if it wasn't for their foul trouble in that game.
Yeah, some of their starters had to take an early seat on the bench, and that ruined the rhythm and flow they were trying to establish.
You know, there was a time years ago when the Mavericks were one of the NBA's shakiest teams. Now they're one of its proudest franchises.
Now here's Irving. 7 points in the game. It's stolen by Warren. To the paint. And it's slammed in by Durant.
How about the explosiveness from Kevin Durant? What injury? Forget about that, folks. Up and off his feet.
And you can attribute the Mavs' rise to stable ownership and some very savvy front office moves.
Yeah, so true, B.A. They've made some great decisions in the draft, for sure. They've been able to find cornerstone players and build solid rosters around them.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, the Mavericks this season trying to build a title contender around Luka Doncic, but not a lot of luxury tax wiggle room. Luka said, quote, "I trust them. Whatever move they make, I have great teammates and we're playing great basketball." Brian?
Well, no one wants to see Luka in the playoffs, Allie. Thanks for that. And how about that replay? Man, you got to appreciate the hustle on defense.
You know, you can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
Christian Wood is checked in for the Mavericks. Bullock comes in for Green. Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Dinwiddie comes in for Mills. The Mavericks have gotten nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. And about 3 minutes played now in the second quarter. Irving against Harris. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
What fascinates me about Kyrie Irving, clearly he is one of the most skilled guards to ever play. Ask his counterparts, other NBA players, who their favorite basketball player is, who the most complete player is. The answer will be Kyrie Irving.
So the Nets making a switch here. Finney-Smith's checked in.
I think one of the things you have to be in awe of is how creative and how elusive Kyrie Irving is to deal with when he's cooking offensively. This guy truly a remarkable talent.
Now here's Harris. Outside Finney-Smith. Screen by Claxton. The Nets need to get off a shot here. For three, Durant drills it from deep. Durant's got 5.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Throws it up high. And Wood with the stuff.
Yeah, because Luka Doncic is such a threat to score it, it opens up the passing game. And boy, it is on display right now.
Out to the right wing. For three, Durant. The Mavericks pull it in. It's off to Utah after this one, where they'll face the Jazz. They're kicking off a 4-game road trip. And so that brings the first half to a close. The Nets out front, up 7. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Thank you for joining us. Getting right to the
Offense is clicking right now. They're moving it well. Stick with it. Deep.
And now, let's take a glance ahead at the games on the docket. Here's the upcoming schedule. And as we look ahead on our schedule, and that'll do it for us.
And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books, one half to go. You know, the point forward is an archetype that by now fans are familiar with. Grant, you were one of the OGs at the point forward. How's that position evolved in your mind?
Well, it's evolved because so many players today have the skill set to be a point forward. Before me, there were guys like Paul Pressey and Scottie Pippen in the 80s and early 90s. But as I said, players today, the skill level is so elite. And with this positionless basketball that we're in, you must have a point forward or two on your team to be successful.
On the floor for Brooklyn, it's KD at power forward and Claxton at center. Then there's Seth Curry. Then it's TJ Warren. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 1. Now here's Dinwiddie. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9. Shot clock at 6. Durant for 3. Doncic pulls down the board. Dallas shooting a rough 29% from the field here.
You know, it seems like the Nets and KD played the will they or won't they all summer long. But no deal was found, and KD is giving it another shot with the Nets. Now, there just didn't seem to be a deal that was right to move Durant.
We have learned in a very brief period of time that there is absolutely nothing on a basketball court that Luka Doncic can't do. He is no doubt amongst the very big-time superstars in this league.
And how about Luka Doncic? I mean, how remarkable, Doris.
BA, his numbers are insane when you consider how young he is. In his career, averaging more than 25 points, over 8 boards, and over 7 assists. Not many players contribute in every aspect of the game like Luka.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Well, Luka Doncic, an all-star from his second season, and every year he's one of the favorites for MVP. But Luka says, quote, I still haven't won anything, so I've got a long way to go. Brian, if you didn't catch it, team success is the metric. He says the key is to win a championship.
Well, he certainly gives him a chance to do just that, Allie. Thank you.
So 2021 saw the addition of yet another honor to the resume of the great Kevin Durant. A selection to the NBA's 75th anniversary team. I don't think he needed cementing of his legacy, but it's just one more feather in his cap.
Now here's Doncic. He's got 5. Powell, a screen on Warren. Hardaway, the pass to Powell. Drops in the layup for 2.
Tell you, even with some physical contact, Powell gets it done. Love his persistence.
Even with all those accomplishments, Durant is just as hungry as ever, Doris.
The BA, to me, he's always just in a competition against himself. He simply wants to play the best basketball night after night. Here's a guy who takes tremendous pride in being complete and perfecting his craft.
Oh, and a nice defensive play to disrupt the lob. Outside Curry. Back to Dinwiddie. There's the triple. And the Nets miss again. The Mavericks have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Doncic against Dinwiddie. Now Doncic for 3. Hardaway. Dinwiddie with a rebound. Powell against Durant. The shot that time not on target. So the Mavericks will take it the other way.
Well, this is the night you look at your teammates and tap them on the back and say, good job, because for him, he's been struggling all night.
Dallas, no good that time either.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Dinwiddie outside. Pass to Durant. To the inside. And slam dunk by Simmons.
Passing may be the most overlooked aspect of Kevin Durant's game, but you know he wants his teammates to feel good.
Now here's Hardaway. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Warren against Powell with his first shot attempt. It's tipped.
Powell is exceptional at timing for blocks, rises up and sends it back.
Doncic passes to Hardaway. From behind the arc. Again, Hardaway missing. And so it's Brooklyn finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. Well, it's clear the defensive focus was to shut down Kyrie. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. We've got Dwight Powell, Kyrie Irving out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Christian Wood, and it's Bullock in at the 3. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Mills with it. Screen by Claxton. Mills with it. Guarded now by Wood. 4 on the clock. Outside Mills. The 3 ball. Doncic pulls down the board. Doncic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Powell. Irving for 3. On target from range.
Kyrie Irving makes things look easy from range. This guy's so efficient beyond the arc.
Outside Simmons. Harris right side. Puts up a 3. Connects from downtown. And the Nets lead by 8.
The very quick response from deep by Joe Harris. We love it.
Doncic outside. From 9 feet out. He gets it in there.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Outside Mills. And here's Harris outside. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
One thing I love about Joe Harris, he has now become confident in catch-and-shoot situations. He wants to be assertive.
Oh, got that one up quick. Irving's got 5 points now this quarter. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Doncic against Mills. Harris right side. Here's Claxton. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Well, this is the court awareness that Joe Harris gives you. He is so skilled at realizing how to give his teammates an open look.
And out of bounds, the Nets will take it. And the Mavericks with some changes. Kleba comes in for Powell, and Hardaway is subbed in for Bullock. TJ Warren, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Dinwiddie comes in for Mills. Warren against Hardaway from 9 feet, and he can't bank that one in. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. Wood, a screen on Harris. Doncic on the wing. And they doubled up Doncic. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got his 4th assist in this one. Brooklyn has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. Dinwiddie passes to Warren. Inside. Here's Claxton. He's checked by Kleba. Shot clock at 5. And here's Dinwiddie from the arc. Kept alive. Claxton. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. And the Mavericks making a change here. McGee's checked in. And a change for the Nets. Curry's checked in. And that one misses. Curry against Irving. Down low. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
First team foul.
So the first one drops, and that brings him with an 8. And the Mavericks with some changes. Powell, he's checked in for Kleba. Bullock comes in for Doncic. And Green is subbed in for Kyrie Irving. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's Mills. And stolen by Green.
I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure we can close the book on this one.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over.
They get it again. Outside Hardaway. Three-pointer. And they get it back. Here's Bullock. Dallas, no good that time either. Now here's Mills. This one belongs to Brooklyn. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. And, you have two choices. You can either succumb to the hostility in this arena, or you can feed off of it and use it as motivation. They did the latter.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching tonight's game. But as we go, let's take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game.